Time in YouTube, and welcome back to another episode on the channel. Today we are going to be doing a tagged video of sorts. Now today is usually a TCGO video of sorts, whether it be deck profiles or TCGO battles. But I got tagged in James&Chloe Collects little top 5 favorite Pokemon cards thing, and I was like, well, I want to do this. And I don't want it to be, next Sunday, because that's the next available slot for pack opening stuff. So I thought today would be a perfect day. I'm on holidays, take it easy, have a nice chill day. We're going to go over the top 5 cards in my collection at the moment, and I'm going to get to share a little bit of history with you guys about my little collection. So, make sure to check out James&Chloe Collects. The link to their channel will be in the description below, as well as, I may not have the playlist, but they definitely will have the playlist. So you guys can check out every single content creator that is doing this doing this series as well, so please highly recommend checking it out, because I'm sure you'll get a little piece of everybody from each video. So I'm going to start off with one of my favorite cards. I'm not going to lie to you, it is the most nostalgic card when it comes to Pokemon, and when it came out in a holo form, I was absolutely ecstatic. So today we're going to start number 5 off with Charmander from quote-unquote base set. This one's the Evolutions make, obviously, because it's from the Toys R Us promo. But Charmander was probably my very first card. Not this particular one, of course. But Charmander has held such a huge nostalgia factor for me ever since day one. So, of course, it's going to be one of my favorite cards. With that being said, though, I just can't get enough of now having the holo feel behind it. It just looks so... They did it so well. I wish they did a little bit to his tail instead of blending him into the background. But hey, you know what? We got a holo Charmander. I'm happy. I'm happy. So we'll put you right back there. And we'll stack them as we go. Next up on my list, I actually did a massive purchase with a good friend of mine, Arceus96. I might be wrong on the digits. But he was trying to get rid of this card for quite a while, and I had been looking for it for quite a while. So it ended up working in our favor that, you know what? It just so happened to come to me. My number 2, or guess this is number 4 on my list, is my Gem 10 PSA graded Pikachu 15th anniversary promo. This card is absolutely gorgeous. For one, Pikachu is just a #1 standard in all people's collections because, well, he's the mascot of Pokemon. So I had to have this, and I'm not sad about it at all. Like, look at this thing; it's absolutely mint condition. It's beautiful. It is a full art Pikachu, and yeah, I couldn't help myself. I had to have it. We'll stick him right back there. Now I have not had this guy for very long myself. But it was one of those cards that I always wanted in my collection. He is my favorite legend to this day, and I wanted to make sure that I had one in my lifetime at some point. So without any further ado, I got myself a first edition Neo Genesis Lugia. This card is absolutely gorgeous. The holo, the picture itself just holds so much meaning to me. Now, the attack obviously isn't that great, but it was back in the day. Elemental Blast, discard a fire energy, a water energy, a lightning energy card that's attached to Lugia in order to use this attack. But 90 damage was 90 damage back then. That was huge. Look at Lugia. One of the bulkiest Pokemon in the game, 90 HP. You can knock out Lugia with this attack. With that being said, Lugia is always going to be one of those Pokemon that's just... It's always going to mean something in my collection. Like, I know some people have the new EXs and all that kind of stuff, but this card here holds so much more meaning to me, just because of the childhood factor and whatnot. Next up isn't so much one of my favorite cards, but this has some meaning behind it for me. But this is actually Eon's very favorite card of all time, and this is our Gem 10 first edition Flareon. Now, it is non-foil, so unfortunately it's not the one that we were, hoping to get, because back in Jungle Days you could get a non-holo variant of these things. But nostalgia factor here for me is, I remember graduating from elementary school, or it was either graduating from elementary school, or like we just finished our year, and my mom wanted to get us something special. So she ended up getting it, my brother and I, each a pack of Pokemon cards. Now, I remember specifically that I got a Flareon rare. And now this is not obviously the same one, because I was a kid and did not treat my cards the way they should have been. But having this card back in our collection is just, it's a massive nostalgia factor. We've done so much with it that, you know what, I'm just so happy to now have it again back in my collection. Now it's here to stay. I'm never getting rid of this thing. Never. But that is number 2. And my top card of all time. Now, a lot of you don't know who my favorite Pokemon is because you guys expect Noibat to be, since he is my mascot, but he's actually not. Now, this particular card is not my favorite in terms of Pokemon. If you guys don't know, Totodile is actually my number 1 favorite Pokemon of all time. But I'm actually a Feraligatr collector, IRL. Now, I don't have that many. I'll be honest with you. I don't have that many. But this guy was my very first Feraligatr, not this particular card. Just a quick side note for story, I actually gave my collection away, maybe, we'll go 7-8 years ago. I got rid of every single card I had. Anyway, and now that I've started to rebuild it, I want to get some of my old favorites back, and Feraligatr was a must-have. I saw this guy in the when I go down to pre-releases, I actually have to travel down to the city, which is a good hour trek each time there and back, so it's not something easy for me to do. But when I saw this guy in the shop, it's like, I have to have it. Like, I can't leave him here. This card has got to come home with me. So needless to say, I brought home my Feraligatr, and honestly, the only thing that I would change here is if I could get it first edition and Gem 10, just like the Flareon behind it. That would be the only difference I would have. Otherwise, this Feraligatr is always going to be my number 1 card. It means a lot to me. Neo Genesis in general was such a big set for me as a child, and I don't think there could be anything that changed that. But with that though, those are my top 5 cards. Now, for those of you who did not get tagged by James and Chloe, we are tagging you right now. If you guys have not been tagged, you are tagged now. So I want to see your guys' top 5 favorite cards, whether it be in your collection or not. Yeah, I guess you guys can do like scrapbooking or whatever for some of the cards. I don't know how it works. But these are my top 5. I want to know your top 5. And again, make sure to tag James and Chloe Collects in your video. That way they know to add you to the playlist as well, in case you were not tagged by them for whatever reason. You were too small of a channel, or you just weren't under their radar. But I'd love to see you guys come out. Definitely tag me in the video if you guys are being quote-unquote invited by my side. But that is going to be it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. TCGO videos should be... They'll either be back on Thursday, or I've been taking a break for the week because of my holidays. But with that though, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to get myself out of here, and I'll catch you guys later. But until then, time out.